Hello students, welcome to Sri classes. Let us continue polynomials lecture number 4. Today we will consider cubic polynomial, establishing the relationship between coefficients and the zeros, and we will solve some numericals also. I will be concentrating only on cubic polynomials today. So cubic polynomials. Let us establish the relation between coefficients and zeros. Relation between zeros and coefficients. Relation between zeros and coefficients. Let alpha, beta and gamma be the roots of a cubic polynomial p of x, and therefore p of x equals ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, and alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of this one. By factor theorem, what is that we can write? P of x equals k times, see, if alpha, beta, gamma are the roots, then what are the factors? X minus alpha, x minus beta and x minus gamma are the roots. Therefore, by factor theorem, polynomial x in cubic polynomial is given by x minus alpha is a factor into x minus beta into x minus gamma. This is a polynomial. A cubic polynomial is given by the product of the three factors. Now let us see this one. What is p of x? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equals, see here, you try to expand yourself. I am writing here the complete expanded form over here. After getting the product, the final equation I am writing, you try to work out at home the product of all these. Are you able to understand? So what I am writing here is, finally what we get here is k times x square minus alpha plus beta plus gamma x cube, it is, sorry, k times x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x minus alpha into beta into gamma. This is what I am going to get ultimately. I hope you have understood this one. Now you compare, one more step I will do here further. I will try to write it in a compact way. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equals kx cube minus k times alpha plus beta plus gamma x square plus k times alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha times x minus k times alpha beta gamma. Yeah, this is finally we get it. On comparing both the sides, coefficients and constants, on comparing coefficients and constants on both sides, what is that we get? See here, a equals k, b equals minus k times alpha plus beta plus gamma implies alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by k, which equals further alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a. This is one important result. C equals k times alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, and therefore sum of two roots together taken here. These are nothing but sum of two roots together taken. So therefore alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals C by K, implies alpha is equal to C by A. Why it is so? K is equal to A, therefore wherever K is coming, I am replacing it with A. This is the second important result. Sum of zeros, sum of two zeros taken together. Last one. D equals minus k times alpha beta into gamma. Therefore alpha into beta into gamma equals minus d by k, which equals alpha into beta into gamma equals minus d by a. So these are the four results here. What is b here? Coefficient of x square. Here it is coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. Constant term divided by coefficient of x cube. It is coefficient of x square divided by constant of minus of coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube here. So very important results which we obtained is alpha plus beta plus gamma equals sum of zeros equals minus b by a, and product of sum of product of two zeros taken together will be c by a, and finally the product of all the zeros is minus d by a. These are the three things which we are going to use for our solving of the numericals. So you note it down first, pause the video and note it down, and now what I will do is how to form the quadratic equation if alpha plus beta plus gamma, if three roots are known. How to form quadratic how to form cubic polynomial when the roots are known. That is what I am going to take. Once again I list down these things and then we'll go. First you note it down. I hope you have noted down. You can pause the video to note down, okay? We have been working with a lot of quadratic equations, so sometimes I may be pronouncing as a quadratic equation or a quadratic polynomial, and it is not that. We are today discussing only cubic polynomials. Please remember, we are discussing today only cubic polynomials, okay? That's fine. So I'll write here once again some summary here, important summary. If p of x equals ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is a cubic polynomial, and alpha, beta and gamma are the roots, in this case alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals c by a, and alpha into beta into gamma equals minus d by a. Very important. If the roots are known, then how to form cubic polynomial? What are the roots here? Alpha, beta, gamma. If these are known, how to form the cubic polynomial? Okay, here alpha, beta, gamma are known. Therefore, cubic polynomial p of x is given by k, which is a non-zero constant, into x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma, sum of zeros, into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha times x minus alpha into beta into gamma. This is the cubic polynomial we can form using alpha beta gamma. So if cubic polynomial is given, if alpha beta gamma are the roots, these are the relationship between coefficients and the roots here. Coefficients, roots. Similarly, if you know the roots of a given cubic polynomial, or you can say if you know the roots of a polynomial, then the polynomial can be formed by using the roots in this way. I hope you understand. Note it down. Okay, I am taking now the numericals. The numericals are a combination of all these are combination. I think I'll be solving about 5-6 numericals, which is of different variety and which covers RDS as well as NCERT. Okay, and probably example also. So I about 5-6 numericals I'll take, which is a typical in itself. So note it down. Pause the video and note down. So first sum, it is from RDS as well as NCERT. Sums, we'll solve some numericals now. First one, verify that 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are zeros of cubic polynomial p of x. Okay, what is given to us is one polynomial is given to us, which is a cubic polynomial 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. Verify 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are zeros. We have to verify whether these are zeros, and also verify relation between zeros and coefficients. Also verify relationship between zeros and coefficients. This is the problem here. Also verify the relation between zeros and coefficients. Solution. I may have to erase part of this one, but anyway you can note down the numericals first and then we will solve. How do you verify that these are the three zeros? Simple. Substitute in the given polynomial. If it reduces to 0, then the particular value of this is 0. For example, let us find out p of x equals 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. Now p of 3 I will work out. 3 into 3 cube minus 5 into 3 square 11 into 3 minus 3, which equals, this is 27 into 3, which equals 81. 81. Yeah, this is 81 minus 45 minus 33 minus 3. Check here. So this is 81 minus 81, which is 0. Therefore 3 is a root or a 0. Next, let us work out p of minus 1. So 3 into minus 1 cube minus 5 into minus 1 square minus 11 into minus 1 minus 3, which equals odd or negative to the power odd integer. It is negative only. So minus 3, it is plus here, minus 5 plus 11 minus 3. So this is minus 11 plus 11, which is 0. Therefore minus 1 is a root. Minus 1 is a root. Next, p of minus 1 by 3. P of minus 1 by 3 equals 3x cube, 3 into minus 1 by 3 cube minus 5 times minus 1 by 3 the whole square minus 11 times minus 1 by 3 minus 3 here. Okay, so this equals, this is nothing but 3 cube, 1 3 1 3 cancels, so minus 1 by 9. I hope you are able to understand. 3 square it is 9, and here it is 1 by 9 and plus 11 by 3 minus 3, 9 ones are 9 and 9s. So minus 1 minus 5 plus 33 minus 27, 33 plus 33 divided by 9, which is 0, and therefore minus 1 by 3 is a 0. Is it right? What we did, what we verified, 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3. Check, let us check the answer. 81 by 81, all these things are, yeah, 1 by 9 minus 5 by 9, 11 by 3, correct, and this is 11 minus 11, correct, all this. So we have verified that all these three are zeros. Now I am going to erase and establish the relationship between zeros and coefficients. Note it down. Pause the video and note it down. Let us verify the relationship now between zeros and coefficients. These are big sums, and sometimes I have to erase clear the board, so you have to pause the video to note down the details. Let us verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. First of all, I have to populate the values of coefficients. A equals 3, B equals minus 5, C equals minus 11, and D equals minus 3, correct? 3 minus 5 minus 11 minus 3, yeah. And if alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros, then the sum of zeros is first one. We are going to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficient. What is the first one? Alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a. So how to do now? You work out individually and finally equate, or as usual in the quadratic polynomial, the way we did, we'll do LHS will take, RHS will take, and see whether both are correct or not, equal or not. So here LHS is alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, what is alpha here? 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3. I'll assign this as alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. Why so? Because we have already proved that these are the zeros of this equation, this polynomial, is it not? And therefore let me assign alpha 3 as alpha, minus 1 as beta, minus 1 by 3 as gamma. Are you able to understand? I hope you are able to understand these things. Now alpha plus beta plus gamma equals 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3. So 3 is the LCM, 3 1 3s are, 1 3s are, 3 1s are. So this will be 9 minus 3 minus 1, which equals 9 minus 4 divided by 3, which is 5 by 3. So we got alpha plus beta plus gamma equals 5 by 3. Now you take RHS. I don't know whether we'll get the same or not. Jan will check if something is wrong. RHS is minus b by a, minus of minus 5 divided by a 3, which is 5 by 3, correct. Therefore LHS equals RHS. So one part is done. Next part, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals c by a, b by a, c by a here. So LHS alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals, what is alpha here? 3 into minus 1. I am taking a shortcut here. 3 into minus 1 minus 3 plus beta into gamma, minus 1 into minus 1 by 3 is plus 1 by 3, plus gamma into alpha, this into this into this is minus 1. What is the LCM? 3 here. 1 3s are, 3 ones are 1 threes are. So this will be minus 9 plus 1 minus 3, which equals minus 9 minus 12 plus 1 minus 12 plus 1 by 3, which equals minus 11 by 3. Similarly, RHS, C by A equals, C is how much? Minus 11. A is 3. Check here. Therefore, LHS equals RHS. Third one, alpha beta into gamma equals minus D by A. So LHS alpha beta into gamma equals 3 into minus 1 into, or I'll write it this way, 3 into minus 1 into minus 1 by 3. This will cancel, plus 1. RHS minus D by A, which equals minus of D is how much? Minus 3. A is 3, which equals plus 3 by 3, which is plus 1. Plus 1 plus 1. Therefore, LHS equals RHS. I hope you have understood. So this is how we can verify the relationship between coefficients and the roots. Many times in a cubic polynomial, please remember, finding out the roots is very difficult. So most of the times what they will do is they will give the roots to you, or they can do one thing. They generally give you some numbers and they ask you to verify whether these are roots or not. You understand? So after verification of the roots, you can assign those values as alpha, beta and gamma, and finally you can verify the relationship between coefficients and this in this way. Okay, I hope you have noted down. Note it down. I am taking the next sum. Let us take the next numerical. It goes like this. In CRT, find a cubic polynomial with the sum of products of its zeros taken 2 at a time and product of its zeros as 2, minus 7, minus 14 respectively. You have to find the cubic polynomial. What is given to you? Alpha plus beta plus gamma is given. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is given. Then alpha into beta into gamma is given to you. Is it right? And then we have to form the cubic polynomial, which is quite simple. So let's see. This question also I'll write here. Second one. Form cubic polynomial. Form cubic polynomial. Okay, given alpha plus beta plus gamma equals to alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals minus 7, and alpha into beta into gamma equals minus 14. We have to form the cubic polynomial. So how do you form the cubic polynomial? Simple. Let cubic polynomial be p of x. Therefore, p of x equals non-zero constant. It is customary to take non-zero constant. It is preferable. Non-zero constant x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma times x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha times x minus alpha into beta into gamma. This is the cubic polynomial. Substitute the values here, which equals k times x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma 2x square, then plus this value here is minus 7x, and this is minus 14. That's all. This is the cubic polynomial. Quite simple. X cube minus 2x square minus 7x minus 14. Note down. Let me take the next numerical. Yeah, one correction here. It is minus 14. Minus into minus plus 14. Please remember this is okay. I think you understand here. It is plus 14 because minus 14 minus into minus plus 14. Please note it down as plus 14. Okay, that's fine. I think you have understood how to form. Let me take the next one now. Next one is, yeah, very interesting. Third one. Third one. If two zeros of the polynomials are root 3 and minus root 3, find its third zero. See, given f of x equals x cube minus 4x square minus 3x plus 12 and root 3 and minus root 3 are two zeros. Find third zero. Find the third zero. So how do you find out now? What you want to do? You want to form the quadratic polynomial and divide this one by quadratic polynomial to get a linear polynomial, subject it to 0, the quotient, and then would you like to obtain? No, we will take a shortcut here. It is not like that. So let us see solution. Let alpha equals root 3 and beta equals minus root 3 and gamma be third zero. Gamma be the third zero. Okay. F of x equals already given. I need not write down. A equals 1, B equals minus 4, C equals minus 3 and D equals plus 12. Let me see if maybe I may get the answer in sum of zeros or product of zeros or sum of product of two zeros taken together. In any one of this, I should be able to find out the third zero. I do not know really, so I have to try this now. Let's see here, alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a. What is alpha plus beta plus gamma? 1 minus 4, it is minus 4 plus gamma equals minus b by, sorry, not this, alpha plus beta. What is alpha? Root 3, sorry, and beta minus root 3 plus gamma equals minus b by a, minus of minus 4 divided by 1, which equals 4 divided by 1, which equals 4. So this will cancel and gamma equals 4. Yeah, we got in single this thing only. Very quickly we got this answer. Gamma is equal to 4, and therefore I'll write therefore the third zero equals gamma equals 4 should be our answer. No doubt. Let us solve this sum, which is very typical in nature. Find the zeros of this polynomial if its two zeros are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. What do you mean by this? I have to pick up two zeros and magnitude equal, alpha equals beta, but opposite sign. If alpha is plus, beta is minus, isn't it? So let's see here. Both are equal but opposite in sign, opposite in magnitude. Okay, fine. So solution. Given f of x equals x cube minus 5x square minus 16x plus 80, a equals 1, b equals minus 5, c equals minus 16, d equals plus 80. Okay. Also given that alpha equals beta, see here, very important, alpha equals beta, if it's two zeros are alpha equals beta, two zeros are equal in magnitude equal, but opposite in sign. Correct or not? Alpha equals beta magnitude wise, but alpha equals minus beta over here, implies alpha plus beta equals 0, isn't it? So this is what we have got here, and mark this as 1. Now alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a. What is alpha plus beta here? This equals 0 plus gamma equals minus of b is minus 5 divided by a is 1, which is plus 5, and therefore gamma equals plus 5. Hence zeros are alpha. Oh, we have to find out still. Only gamma we have found out. Okay, fine. We'll find out the zeros. Now we got gamma equals plus 5. Mark it as 2. Now taking alpha, beta, beta, gamma, gamma, alpha, I don't know. We are not comfortable. First, what I'll do is, let me take alpha into beta into gamma. If in that, if I am able to get the solution, we'll try to find out that one. So now I'll take here itself. I'll write now alpha into beta into gamma equals minus d by a. What is alpha into beta? Alpha equals minus beta. Here it is. Alpha equals minus beta. So alpha equals minus beta into gamma is 5 equals minus d by a. Are you able to understand? Minus d किधर है? Minus 80 by 1. Minus d is 80 divided by 1, which is minus 80. So beta square equals 80 here, and therefore I should be able to beta square into 5 equals minus 80 here, and it is minus here. Work out this one. Minus beta square 5 minus 5 beta square equals minus 80. Therefore beta square equals minus 80 by minus 5, which equals 16. 16. Therefore beta equals plus or minus under root of 16, which is plus or minus 4. Isn't it? Now how do you find out alpha here? Alpha equals minus beta. So there are two choice here. See here, therefore I am writing in a different way. Please understand here. If beta is plus 4, then alpha equals minus 4. If beta is minus 4, then alpha equals plus 4. Are you able to understand? So I don't know how you people can understand. Now I am going to write 3 sets of zeros. Are you able to understand? Alpha, beta, gamma I am going to write now, considering beta as case 1, beta as case 2. So case 1, let beta equals plus 4. Therefore the roots are alpha equals minus beta minus 4, beta equals plus 4, and gamma equals plus 5. This is one set. Case 2, let beta equals minus 4. If beta equals minus 4, then alpha equals minus beta, which is minus of minus 4, which is plus 4, and beta equals minus 4, and gamma equals plus 5. So these are the new sets of roots here. Very important. This one and this one and this one first set, and this one and this one second set. -4 plus 4 5, plus 4 minus 4 plus 5. These are the two cases and the two sets of roots. I hope you are able to understand. I'll take up the next sum, note it down. Here we have one more typical sum. Fx is given as x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 1, and the zeros are given in terms of a and b. A minus b, a and a plus b are the zeros here. Find a and b. So if these are the zeros, then I can assign these as alpha, beta and gamma. Solution. Let me write first f of x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 1. Okay. Now the zeros are, what are the zeros? Alpha equals a minus b, beta equals a, and gamma equals a plus b. These are the three zeros given. In order to establish the relation between zeros and coefficients, I must populate the values of ABC from here also. Now, in order to eliminate the confusion between these a, b and the coefficients, I am using capital letters for coefficients. I hope you are understanding. So, the coefficients a equals 1, b equals -3, c equals 1 and d equals 1. These are the coefficients. These are roots which have been given, and we need to find out this one. Now, what is alpha plus beta plus gamma? Now, alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a. So, substitute the values here. Alpha plus beta plus gamma, a minus b plus a plus b equals minus b by a, minus of -3 divided by 1, which is 3 here. So a minus b plus b cancels, 3a equals 3, a equals 3 by 3, which is 1. Therefore a equals 1. I got the value of a as 1. Mark it 1. How do you find out now? B value? See, is just one clue here. If I take alpha beta, beta gamma plus gamma alpha, it is really difficult to have a product here. So I am trying with alpha into beta into gamma, because a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square, and into a will be there, but already I know the value of a, which is unity, and therefore it is easier for me to take the product of zeros now. Now alpha into beta into gamma equals minus d by e. Capital letters I am using, because for this. Okay, what is alpha into beta into gamma? A minus b into a plus b equals minus d is 1 divided by a is 1, which is minus 1. Substitute the value here itself. A equals 1 minus b into 1 plus b. So 1 minus b into 1 plus b is 1 square minus b square equals minus 1. This is 1 minus b square equals minus 1, isn't it? So now we'll see, this minus 1 comes this side, minus b square goes that side. 1 plus 1 equals b square. So 2 equals b square, or b equals plus or minus under root of 2. So I have got the value of b as plus or minus under root of 2. What else I have to find out? Find the values of a and b. That's all, isn't it? Therefore I'll write here a equals final answer 1, b equals plus or minus under root 2. This is the answer. I hope it is very clear. If I take alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha, maybe it may be difficult, and therefore see, one more hint is, in most of the cases you should be able to get the solutions in the sum of zeros and the product of zeros, rather than taking the sum of product of two zeros taken together at a time. Okay, fine, note it down. Here we have one more typical sum. Fx is given, zeros are so and so, find a and b and zeros. Here we have to find out the values of a and b and also zeros. If you find a and b, zeros are these are the zeros. A is 1 0, a plus b is 1 0, a plus 2b is 1 0. So if you know the values of a and b, alpha beta gamma are the zeros, values you can find out. So solution, okay, fx is given as x cube minus 6x square plus 3x plus 10. So again, in order to avoid the confusion between small ab and the coefficients, I am considering coefficients as capital A, B, C, D. So here I write coefficients so that you will not get confused. Coefficients: a equals 1, b equals minus 6, c equals plus 3, and d equals plus 10. Correct? Zeros: alpha equals a, beta equals a plus b, and gamma equals beta equals a plus 2b, and no, it is correct, and gamma equals a plus 2b. Let me check once again. Alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. It is correct. So this is given to us, but to find out ABC. Now let me take the sum of zeros. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus b by a. So a plus b plus a plus 2b equals minus of b is minus 6 divided by a is 1, which is plus 6. So check here, a, which is 3 times a, 3 times b. 3 into bracket a plus b equals plus 6, and a plus b equals 6 by 3, which is 2, and therefore I'll write a plus b equals 2 here. Now let us look at the product now. Let's see product of zeros. Alpha into beta into gamma equals minus d by a minus 10 by 1, which is minus 10. What is alpha into beta into gamma? Alpha is a, into beta is a plus b, into a plus 2b equals minus 10. What is the value of a? As it is, a plus b is 2 here. So this I can write it as 2a. A plus 2b equals minus 10. Now b equals 2 minus a, I will substitute. B equals 2 minus a, I will substitute here itself. Implies 2a into bracket a plus 2 times. What is the value of b? 2 minus a. 2 minus a equals minus 10. I hope you are understanding here. What I did is, this value of b is nothing but 2 times 2 minus a. How did I get this? From here, b equals, implies b equals 2 minus a. This value I am substituting. So let's complete this now. Implies 2a into bracket a plus 2 into 2 4 minus 2a equals minus 10. 2a into bracket minus 2a plus a minus a, 4 minus a equals minus 10. Multiply 2 into this, 8a minus 2 a square equals minus 10. Now you take everything. I want here a square to be a positive, so transposing everything that side. 2a square minus 8a minus 10 equals 0. I hope you are understanding what I am doing. You got it? Take 2 common. A square minus 4a equals 0. Okay. Now split the middle term. Can we split the middle term now? Yes, it is possible. I want minus 5 to be split into minus 4 here. 5 into 1 minus. Correct? Here minus 5 plus 1, 5 into 1 minus. Yeah, it is possible. Which equals a square minus 5a plus a minus 5 equals 0. A minus 5 plus a minus 5 equals 0 implies a minus 5 into a plus 1 equals 0. A plus 1 here implies a minus 5 equals 0, a plus 1 equals 0, a equals 5 and a equals minus 1. We are getting a equals 5 and a equals minus 1. Where are we now? We have to find out the value of a, b. Find a, b and the zeros. So a, b I have found out. A is equal to 5, a is equal to minus 1, and I have to find out the b value here, b. So in order to find b value, I have case 1, case 2. According to a, the value of b changes here. B is equal to 2 minus a. So I am writing here, listen carefully. Case 1, a equals 5. If a equals 5, then b equals a minus, b equals 2 minus a, 2 minus 5, b equals minus 3. So if a equals 5, then b equals minus 3. Similarly, if a equals minus 1, this is case 2 here. See here, this is case 2. A equals minus 1, b equals 2 minus a, 2 plus 1, which is 3. So if a is minus 1, b is plus 3 here. So these are the values which we are getting. Now zeros I have to find out. So in zeros also, case 1, case 2 I have to work out, and I write here this side. Okay, therefore here I write zeros are case 1 a equals 5, b equals minus 3. Okay, what are alpha? A equals 5, beta is a plus b equals 5 minus 3, which is 2. Gamma a plus 2b, 5 minus 2 times minus 3, a plus 2b plus here, which is 5 minus 6, which is minus 1. So alpha is 5, beta is 2, gamma is minus 1. This is one set of zeros. Case 2, when a equals here minus 1 and b equals 3, I am taking a equals minus 1 and b equals 3. Alpha equals a equals minus 1, beta equals a plus b equals minus 1 plus 3, which is 2, and gamma equals a plus 2b equals minus 1 plus 2 times 3 are 5. Minus 1, 2 and 5. Minus 1, 2 and 5. It is correct. Understood? So these are the two cases which we have worked on. So please note down, this is a bit this thing complicated, but it's okay. I think you are able to understand. I hope you are able to understand, and let me check if any more type of numericals are there. Let me check now. We have one more typical sum. Find the condition which must be satisfied by the coefficients of polynomial x cube minus px square plus qx minus r when the sum of its zeros is 0. The sum of the zeros should be 0. If alpha plus beta is 0, what should be the condition of a given polynomial? This is what it is given. So let me clear the board first and then I'll write this question. Here we have one more sum. Find the condition that must satisfy the coefficients of this polynomial when sum of its zeros is 0. So solution, f of x is x cube minus px square plus qx minus r, given alpha plus beta equals 0 because sum of its two zeros is 0. That means alpha plus beta is 0. Now alpha plus beta plus gamma equals, let me populate the values. A is 1, B is minus P, C equals plus Q and D equals minus R, so that it is easier for me to substitute 1 minus P plus Q minus R, because all these are the values of coefficients. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equals minus B by A. What is alpha plus beta? This is 0 here. 0 plus gamma equals minus of B is minus P divided by A is 1, which is plus P. Therefore, we got gamma as plus P. Understood? Okay. Is gamma 0 here? Yes. What happens if I substitute this value of gamma into this equation? It should reduce it to 0 or not? Isn't it? Therefore, as gamma equals plus P is a root P of gamma equals 0. Are you able to understand? P of, what is gamma? Root, no? P of gamma should be equal to 0. And therefore, substitute here. What is P of gamma? Implies P of polynomial. Okay, F I'll take. Sorry, F it is taken so that to avoid confusion. F of gamma is 0. So F of P should be equal to 0. Implies wherever x is there in the polynomial, substitute the value there as P. So x cube meaning P cube minus P times P square plus Q times P minus R equals 0. Implies P cube minus P cube plus PQ minus R equals 0. Implies PQ equals R. Transpose R that side. Therefore, find the condition that must satisfy the coefficients of this polynomial when the sum of its zeros is 0. What are the coefficients? P, Q, R, etc. are the coefficients, isn't it? Therefore, the condition is PQ. Therefore, the condition, okay, that must satisfy f of x when sum of its two zeros is 0 is PQ should be equal to R. This is the answer. Few more sums are there. I think I have solved enough numericals of different varieties. Few more numericals are similar to this one, and sometimes he will say the zeros in our arithmetic progression. So there you should know there are 3 zeros here. If there are 3 zeros in arithmetic progression, the 3 consecutive numbers how do you select the three consecutive numbers in arithmetic progression is important. For example, if the common difference is D, what are the three consecutive numbers? AP is done, isn't it? For many of you, arithmetic progression is done. So, if how do you select the three terms, which are three consecutive terms that are in AP? How do you select it? Selection of the terms in AP is most important. There are about 7 numericals in R.D. Sharma. One of the numericals will be every time there in the exam, and selection of the terms is very important in arithmetic progressions. Selection of three terms. How do you select normally? A minus D, A plus D. How do you select the four terms? What is the common difference over here? This minus this is common difference here is D. How do you select the four terms in arithmetic progressions? A minus D, A plus D, common difference will be 2D, and hence this is A minus 3D, and this is A plus 3D. How do you select the five terms? A plus D, A plus 2D, A minus D, A minus 2D. How do you select the six terms? Use this sequence. So selection of the three terms in AP is A minus D, A and A plus D. So if the roots, that application is there in this cubic polynomial. If the roots of the given cubic polynomial are in arithmetic progressions, find blah 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 and will be there. Want me to take that question? I'll give you this question as an assignment. You have to solve that one because arithmetic progression is done for you people. So you must know how to select three terms, four terms, five terms and six terms with common difference D2D, D2D consecutively varies. And you must know about this also. Okay. So I think I have taken enough numericals on cubic polynomial, establishing the relationship between coefficients and the zeros, and in next section will be, what is the next section? Next section will be what is that one? What is a division algorithm? I have forgotten that one. Next section will be a division algorithm for polynomials, which will take. Okay. I think you can note down this sum also. We'll meet you in the next lecture.